Hello, traders. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, sorry about the sunglasses. I have a massage therapist, and like 90-minute massages. You're like on your stomach, so it's like it looks really bad when you get up from that because all the blood rushes to the bags of your eyes, and it's just like, oh man, is this dude like just waking up or something? So yeah, typically Mondays, it happens. So welcome to the semiconductor bonanza, where look at this thing. This is Nvda all-time highs, up 1.87%, up 0.10 0.1%, okay, a tenth of a percent after hours. Exceeded that 1272 highest close ever. 1414 fib extensions, 180. You think that's pretty high probability we're going to see that, but just the channel is just amazing, and you're not even at the top. I mean, the overbought threshold of this channel on Nvidia is near that 1618 fib extension, the gold mean ratio, the major one, like 193, 194. So if this party continues, you've certainly got targets, and they're way higher. So very nice to see that. I mean, Bitcoin, it's barely done anything, man. It's the altcoins get murdered when Bitcoin just, I mean, look above my head. It didn't even do anything. And you just have chaos. I mean, Dogecoin down 6%, bro. It's like, okay, well, this is why one's Bitcoin, store value, being adopted by the world, and crypto are just scam coins that maybe have good setups, but good God, their beta, their sensitivity to the macro, which is Bitcoin just moving is just sick. It's just ridiculous. I mean, it is not a market for the faint heart at all. It's far too volatile for that, and they're probably going to be fine. It's just you got to think about, hey, a 2-3% day on the equities markets, the equivalent of like a 6 to 8% move in scam coins. So yeah, we'll look at them. Just this is right here, the Kang of Kangs, and then SMCI. I don't know if you watch the streams, and even if you watch the Scott Carney collab we did last week. This was one that I was really like looking through the semiconductors. This was the one that had the best setup for the most upside if it was going to happen, just in terms of structure. And here you are. You had a 10.24% day. A God candle up a little bit after hours. That was it's close to highest daily candle close since February 20th. Very close to making, the highest close since August of last year, almost 1 year highs, but whatever. I mean, it looks pretty clear what your next target is, whether it's $63 or if you want to go a little bit higher, that B point of the M shape, 67. So it's a zone, just like 31 to 35 is a zone. You have a zone here. To break that, though, would be immense. I mean, you would be looking at an easy $96, $97 on SMCI. So this one, it looked freaking good, man, and it's still good. That's an unfilled gap below us, but phenomenal. That golden cross happened June 25th, and number go up ever since. And then AMD had its own nice respective channel. Good Lord. I think they're breaking it. They did break it with a close. 4 days of just moon. The low point on the 5th day, you were at 149. So let's just go from that lowest point to the highest point. That's a 16.67% run in a 5-day period on AMD. Broke out yesterday above a really important inflection point from 2021. The everything bubble popped. And being above that, I mean, I guess this D point of the Gartley, October 2024, you broke it. That was the highest daily candle close confirmed on AMD since July 16th of last year. So we're talking literally over 1 year highs, 52-week highs. Just a collective overall Jesus chimes for semiconductors. They are sizzling. If you see the thumbnail, sizzling. Crypto is or it was just Bitcoin. Okay, all-time highs. All right, let's go sideways for an entire month. And then we might not even pump again. We might sell off to 112, and then we pump in Q4. Ethereum holding up fine. Well, Ethereum respected the TA like the Jesus, man. All right, so just, yeah, a couple semis. I don't even know. I guess we could we could look at a couple more gainers on semis, but SMCI was the king. Then AMD was after that. Then ON. Nothing really extraordinary, technically speaking, like, oh, a setup or anything. Now, just rallying off the lows, the multi-year lows. I mean, it's cool to be back above 45. It'd be cool to back test $45, reconfirm it as support. You got earnings that coming up on the 4th of August, so next week. ON Semiconductor will be reporting. ASML also had a good day. Below the moving averages, below support resistance, it's not that great. In terms of like, hey, being a swing trader, right, we're looking for the structures to develop at key inflection points, positive price action correlation, key levels are being recaptured and re-regarded as support. You don't have it on this one. See, to really like ASML, you want to see a nice 750, 760 recapturing and then reconfirmation. Like, no matter what, okay, they sold off, but then we get an inverse head and shoulder. Maybe the 660s might be a target for you too. But in actuality, really want this and then this. And then it becomes very easy to manage risk, right? Strategic stop losses, and understanding our upside potentials, the 880s, 890s, right? The swing high from 2021. So not so amazing here, right? Again, we care about the structures. Marvel really holding that 50 moving average. You're up against resistance. Like, we have earnings, not much to worry about. You got 3 weeks till earnings on Marvel. So if we can see a break on Marvel of 76 to 78, that's the green grass, blue skies that would take us to the 91s, 94s. So, but a nice, like the trend reverse, you could plot a channel here, I'm sure, at some point, kind of like that, and they hit that kind of oversold threshold of the uptrend, skated along it, and now you're just kind of recapturing it a little bit. So this could be an entry level, and then if they run it back to the top of this channel, you'd be looking for a target like $90. So Marvel's interesting based on its channel, but you're just up against a major overhead resistance from years past. You see that 2022 reversal multiple times, reversal. You want that to flip to support, and that'd be really strong. So, okay, anyway, yeah, okay, awesome, dudes. You got, here's Qualcomm, another semi. Not too much in development of like a major structure, but I do like the higher lows. I like the price action above the 50 and the 200. It's just, man, you don't really have a major higher high yet. They could run this thing up to like 173, and it's still technically downtrending. Because your most recent discernible event's kind of like the lowest low. Then this is the rally occurring leading up to, they already reported, earnings is coming up here too, July 30th. So what, 2 days from now? You got to be real careful on this. Could be made or broken with earnings. The trend's not that amazing. Not that great, but either way, I like good higher highs, higher lows for now. But yeah, with earnings coming up, that's the casino. We got to deal with that. Anyway, let's shift gears to Bitcoin. We all know and love it so well. It lingers in our heart. But unfortunately, technicals today, just daily nothing burger, literal nothing burger. Still kind of some high and tight consolidation. Absolutely no resolution from this yet. You'll know. Resolution would be most likely, look at this 50-day simple moving average. Pretty much confluent with the old all-time high of 112,000. So that would be like if we resolved downward, right? We never acting like we know where the asset's going. Could we repeat that 50 more times? never acting like we know where an asset's going. So if it resolved downward and corrected, I think that's a pretty simple, easy target. 112, the old high, and the 50 moving average. Right, look at this though. I mean, like, it's so strong right now that it's still trading above the 20 simple moving average on the daily. So yes, typically you break the 20, I mean 50, and then you're still in great shape down here. It would just be another entry level. Like, you could just add to your long-term position at 112, 110, and extremely far removed from your 200-day simple moving average, which is down at like $99,000. So things they're fine on Bitcoin. They're just flat. Typically, during consolidation like this, it'd be nice if altcoins could continue to rise and ascend. But my God, oh my God, we're down $1,300, 1%, chat. Destroy altcoins.
Just close the fucking door. Close the door.
Can devs do something? Every day I'm checking the price and it's dipping. Every day I check the price, bad price. I can't take this anymore. I have overinvested by a lot.
Bitcoin dominant. So yeah, we can look at that. BTC.D. All the way. Oops, wrong. Yeah, I mean, having a nice day, up 0.65% below the 200 simple moving average. That's a characteristic we don't see very often over these past years because of the trend has been so good. Back below 61.6%. It's a major level. It's a swing low, but it's a zone though, because it's like 60 to 61.6. So there could be a little more downside, and they test that bottom. But yeah, something happened, a discernible event that is not great. I mean, there's not really been a time where we've made lower low than previous discernible swing low since this uptrend began in 2022. And now there is evidence, right? I mean, I'm just calling it as I see it, right? I mean, here's certainly a swing low that is discernible on the daily, and here is another low, and it's a lower low. Like that is something we haven't seen in years, in actuality, really. So make of that what you will. If we get some sort of rally here, say maybe Bitcoin runs to that 112 level, oh God, and I think that would be, in this case, what would cause it to rally higher. We'd then be looking for a lower high to come in. If you want your altcoin season, you want the trend to reverse probably, and that would require, on any attempted rally from any swing low here, it comes in and they reverse it lower than 66%. So that's what we'll be looking out for in the coming weeks. I prefer it just keeps dumping now so altcoins can prosper. I mean, spring back test season, nothing's like wrecked. I mean, you got intraday wreckage, but if you look at support resistances, they're still kind of fine. They're okay, man. They're not like taking out their lowest lows. Donnie Criddle, first time here. Oh, what's up, dude? How'd you find me, man? This is like, I've never had sunglasses on stream, I think, in years. So I had a massage, and that's why they're on.
Watched you for years. Very, very grateful. Can we look at LMT, weekly and monthly? Bat with type 2?
Hey, Cool Hatcher, man. Thanks so much for the $20 super chat. We can certainly look at Lockheed Martin. Yes, my defensive. Dude, they've been consolidating down there for too long now, right? We will look. Thank you, sir. And grateful for your viewership and support, man. All right? We'll see if we can find a bat with a type 2. I popped up on the list. What list, Donnie? What list are you talking about? Hopefully a good list, not a bad list. All right, so that's your Bitcoin dominance. We can go to Bitcoin futures real quick, knock that out, and then we'll get to your cryptos, your big ones. I mean, dude, that is like as rectangle-ish as you could possibly get, right? That is sideways consolidation with an unfilled gap. Gosh, dang, man, that's like, oh, I gotta sneeze, man, but I can't sneeze because the gap is unfilled. Just leading you more, like, to believe maybe we go fill that, Bitcoin dominance spikes. And unfortunately, altcoins would get wrecked even more if we got that gap. Man, it'd be bad. Just because, like, dude, Bitcoin goes down 1% and seeing, I mean, Fwog coin down like 12.5% and Bitcoin did virtually nothing. Bitcoin Cash down 3.5%, Litecoin down almost 6%, Maker down 7%. It is like a bloodbath and nothing even happened. That's just how garbage crypto is collectively. We love the technicals and the structures, but my God, man, it is, again, not for the faint of heart or mind. Ugh, just disgusting. You can't expect anything from crypto. That's what I'm saying. Like, hey, man, you might get the pops, but better markets. There are certainly, and I've always been, better markets than the crypto market. It's just how it is. All right. Sideways. At bottom of range is like 116.2. You're in the dead middle of this rectangle, I guess, for now. All right. So,
since we started out on Bitcoin, let's go further into crypto.
Let us look at your second largest crypto. Devin asks, is Ethereum still safe? Of course it is, man. It's safe, but all that happened was TA respect like crazy. Okay, it had not one time the year of 2025 had market participants tested or pushed the price to 39.30. 39.30 being what? Oh, the old weekly candle high close, all-time high from 2021. Obviously a reversal August 2021, and then it became a steel wall of resistance, because that's what happens, right? They manufacture resistance support, and then it becomes eternal as a potential level for reversals again. And that certainly happened in March of last year, May of last year, and then in December of last year. And again, this is our first time officially testing it this year, and immediately met with selling. So I would just say Jesus chimes for the TA respect, right? Like, okay, we broke 3K. Well, let's probably go to 39.30. It happened, and that is all we have on the new week. So plenty of downside potential. I think you could all understand that, right? Because this is up against resistance, and they have not broken it. So all we're hoping for is just some sideways consolidation. We get a retest maybe, and then we eventually break it. 4 times a charm. You just never know when these levels are going to break, but we just know it's very real. And it's not a great fresh long level. I mean, just think about what happened in a matter of 35 days. Ethereum has appreciated in value 76%. So no value there. No strategy there. Buying up against resistance is how you get wrecked. Think about doing it here in March, May, and December. You'd have been devastated. So, I mean, no one would want to hear that, like, it would be nice to maybe do something like go test like this swing low 3,500, right? Maybe they regard that as support from April 2022. At the same time as another swing high from July 2024. Maybe they go test that as support, pivot, and then you go test again, and then we break out. That would be amazing. You know why? Because then we would get ourselves right. We have ourselves a massive right-angled and descending broadening formation. You always want to see after its development some sort of partial decline. Potential partial decline until they retest, and then when we get one more test after the partial decline is the failure from market participants to go test the bottom of this structure. That would be way lower, like 1,000. So they're probably going to fail that, but whenever they do, it becomes potential. And then when the bids come in and they rally it back to resistance, then we have a 70% chance of a breakout. 70. It's one of your most powerful technical indicators. Partial declines, partial rises only develop in broadening structures and rectangles. That's it. So no triangles or anything, or wedges or anything like that. So just something to think about. I hope we break it sooner rather than later, but right, what do you expect from me? We're up against resistance. We haven't broken it, and that's like a higher risk level. Okay, it just is. So anyway, we got 20 seconds till the daily candle close. If you're enjoying the stream, these semiconductors melting up, hit that like button, that bell, that sub. Thanks for being here. The thing about, like, I don't even, the right angle, these broadening formations, you don't measure them the same way. I would just use fib extensions. I'm not going to measure moves are not measuring the size of the right angled broadening formations. There's another way Bulkowski does it. There it is, chat. Jesus chimes for the new day. What's up, Jeremy? So we would, again, like, what if 3 weeks or a month go by and we don't break out, but we pull back a little bit and then we retest maybe in a couple months? I mean, that would be fine. But I would just say if you were going to target for upside, pretty simple. 4,800 is the 1272, and it is confluent with the old all-time high from November 2021. Easy. Duh, right? After that, 5,200. After that would be 5,700. So if you're starting to break the old all-time high, then we could Fibonacci from this high to low, and you get a little bit more far out fib extensions. But that would be conservative right now. Okay, so pretty lackluster close on the corn. Here it is. I mean, dude, the weekly, if you look at the weekly on Bitcoin, remember we were talking about, we do have a potential 3-bar play that, right, if you care about like stop losses, right, the stop loss is below 115.4, 115.5. So that's still valid. It's just, what did we do yesterday? 24 hours ago, we just confirmed the highest weekly candle close ever. So don't be like scared, man. Yeah, really bad day for altcoins. That's just typical. No one's married to these altcoins, and these moves down like this, when Bitcoin does nothing, is it? That's what gives you the evidence of it. So. Anyway, get wrecked alts. Bitcoin king, just sideways. But did you bearish on Gulf on the daily? It was no bearish engulfing candle, but still, you almost look at it and you're like, okay, here's on the 4 hour a lower high, 1, 2, and then 3. I don't like that really at all. If you know about like rule of 3 and classic distribution structures, that doesn't make me feel great. But at the same time, you're not in trouble probably until you're breaking back below 116.9. I don't think you're going to be as fortunate as you were on the 24th on the rally if we don't hold this time, just due to the nature of 1, 2, 3 rule of 3. It's like a distribution structure right there. It just is. So just hope that we get a successful bullish back test of 116.9, 116.6. It holds and then we rally, it's all-time highs. But dude, we're at 118. Okay, $118,000. You cannot expect anything from crypto at this point. That's it. I mean, if Bitcoin closed at 118 and it's December 2025, how can you really be that displeased, man? You must be someone who didn't make any yield on these moves up. You must have missed it all. And I understand you're probably frustrated then, but geez, get with it, man. Where you been? It's 2025. I'm here almost every day, right? Like 4 times a week, just about, for 7.5 years, talking about Bitcoin. I mean, like Bitcoin, first thing, every stream. It's like, where have you been? My God. We're covering Bitcoin in the 3,000s multiple times. It's just. So I guess when you participate for so long, you respect it and you understand it and you have no problems with where Bitcoin is. But if you're newer, you're probably like, I need to make money now on Bitcoin. Come on, dude. Dude, I need it. I'm poor. Well, it's like we just got out of the time machine, the community and me. And it's like, well, our lives have been completely enriched by this asset. It's been a long, arduous journey, but nothing in life is easy that is worthwhile. So, yeah, caring about this day in, day out, it paid off in spades. So, welcome to the effing show if you're new. That's all I can say. Anyway, so looked at Ethereum, discussed what happened. Oh, okay, TA respected, it hit resistance and pulled back at resistance. Wow, there were people selling, taking profit at a level where people would take profit and sell. Oh, okay. Nothing crazy there. Good XRP. Bearish engulfing candle, not looking great. That's a pretty ugly candle, man. Should be real. I mean, it looks like a $3 test would be in order after something that nasty. Yeah, I mean, maybe not, but I would think though, right, even if they were going to take this thing to the 270s, on the attempted rally here, we would get a formal bearish back test of 340, where they would be like, okay, let's reconfirm the upthrust and the back test of upthrust before then marking down. I mean, I figured that would make a lot of sense, but there was just not enough demand, I guess. They rugged this thing at 332. So from its highest point, I mean, think this is crypto. This is one of your largest cryptos in the entire freaking universe, okay? A 7% drawdown from the highs. Just vomit, man. Like, I mean, I can't imagine being levered. Like, you probably liquidated if you're levering here. But, all right. I mean, I would think after that bearish engulfing, unless they're just going to, you know, bamboozle and go test 340, then I think maybe $3 is your next target for another test. Because they already successfully tested it. You just need, if you get positive price action on Bitcoin, it'll probably erase all the losses from yesterday, but big F. Okay. Solana, not great. That's a pretty disgusting candle. Why? Because target 1 of the trade setup was regarded as resistance and then you bearishly engulfed. So you don't want to catch follow through here. Otherwise, you might have a date with 162 again, 160. Gotta have positive price action on Bitcoin in the upcoming days. Otherwise, that's almost certain. Like, there's no way if Bitcoin goes to like 112, it's almost inevitable that you're going to see probably a 160 Solana. You'll probably see a 272 or lower XRP. You'll probably see 3,600 Ethereum. I mean, so it just all depends on if this bearish back test catches follow through. So I hope not, right? Because it's an active trade setup. 2 of the 4 targets have been hit. Right, 1 and 2 was 191, 198. They upthrusted through it, and then right, they completely rejected the breakout. It's a very real level, okay? Very real from history. Candle high close back from 2021 failed. Okay, so we don't want a lower close than yesterday's close at this point. Okay, so just pray for Bitcoin to rally here, and then it was all bad dream. We're on our way back up. Yesterday maybe was just all right, liquidity grab. Let's go push these lower so the scrubs in the market, you know, sell at a loss. Because like, how are you selling at a loss? So, well, you're really new to the market. You just got in like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. You go further back, you're higher than 3 weeks ago on like everything. So yeah, so the only people that would be selling at a loss would be like the newest market participants. And they've already been wrecked, right? CMT crypto can go from outhouse to penthouse in a single day, and it can go from the penthouse to the outhouse in a single day. And we've seen it many times, like unlimited times. All right, Binance Coin, which was just on a heater, okay, a certain heater. Who cares, right? Like, what are you worried about? I mean, like, we hit a fresh all-time high intraday. Who cares about a pullback? It's so strong. Like, this one is far superior to XRP now, far superior to Ethereum, way superior to Solana. I mean, at this point, it's not quite, you know, superior to Bitcoin, because it would need to be up above 1,000 probably at that point to say it is. But this one is the best looking altcoin in the entire world. Find me an altcoin with a significant market cap that has breached all-time highs and is just trading above it right now. Right now, after yesterday. You cannot find it. It does not exist. It's this one. Even Tron, that's been doing so well, not even close to all-time highs. So BNB, CZ and his goons in a world, in a freaking galaxy of their own. It's incredible. You can't say there was any surprise here. This was something we had been discussing for weeks. To break 691 is where you'll see most likely a massive markup. $800 to $1,000 targets. As you can see, from the highest point to lowest point, 1272 fib extension, the major one was achieved. Next target 905, and then the 1618 would be $1,000. That's been the target, okay, since looking at the breakout watch. Patience. Yeah, I mean, a back test of, 790 or even 691 at the worst. I don't even know if they're going to let that happen. I think this thing blew up. It's up 20% in 2 weeks. Phenomenal. Again, in a world of its own. Look at Dogecoin. Dude, it's Dogecoin. You're getting a Dogecoin. Well, all they're doing now is there's this big battle going on Doge. Where 22 cents resistance. They are attempting to hold it as support, but if Bitcoin doesn't hold up here and goes to 112, I don't think 22 cents holds, and you would have a pretty easy 18-cent target, 17.8 cents. If they did that, it would be a blessing, to be real with you. Because guess what would happen? You could almost imagine load the frickin' farm if we end up getting a third frickin' valley. No way we're going to be that fortunate, right? I hope we get it. Like, that would be so freaking good. Big one goes to 112. Oh no, it's over for Doge. Back to the entry of the trade setup where you went up like 60%, hit target 1 of the 3 or 4. And now you're pulling back, and it's like, man, everyone that missed the boat, this will be a way more formidable back test that they didn't really even do. Swing low from 2021, swing high from 2022. You can see it again in 2022. It's been resistance in 2024 to spring back. So they sprung it to get a third valley. That would be, I wouldn't even be able, I'd be probably taking a lever position if we got to the 16s to 17s again. If we started showing favorable price action like this, like we have, that would be a really strong setup. So hopefully we get it, but if we do, the state of crypto is kind of in tatters, and that means Bitcoin would be at 112. If we never get it, you're still in it from the entry with 33% of profit taken, and you're waiting for us to have a huge break to 34 cents to target 2, which is way higher. Isn't that great when you get the best entry and you hit a profit taking level? Like, there's no pressure on your psychology, so you have nothing to worry about. Oh no, it goes back to entry. Well, that sucks, but it might just be you could add in this situation on the weekly. So that's just Doge, man. You're still above the support resistance, by the way, so you haven't even broken it. Nothing to worry about. Okay, so
You worry too much. Everything is beautiful. There's nothing to worry about.
okay, so those are your bigger cryptos. We can look at Cardano. What they do? Wow, look, this level of support, flip to resistance and a pullback. I mean, if they take it back to 68 cents on the weekly, it's no big deal. I mean, all you got are a bunch of higher lows coming in. It's like Doge a little bit. Daily, what they do, they ran up. Yeah, that's a bearish engulfing candle. Right, they hit overbought in the downtrend. To see 68, 65 cents again would be a maybe. Like, if we could get it, it would be like, we were never able to really. I didn't really ever like Cardano for like a setup for higher prices. It just wasn't. I wanted to correlate to 65 to 68 cents because it's so real and no one would argue with its validity. It's such a level, and when they recaptured it, we never got reconfirmation that it is real as support again. So I would want, this to do something like this, and then that. That would make me feel real good. And then all of a sudden, instead of the same lows, right? There's no accumulation from January to April to June. It's just the same lows. Can we please get evidence that someone is accumulating on Cardano locally and lately in the year 2025? You would get a really nice form of that if we could sell off back to the 65s. Maybe they violate it. Then we recapture, reconfirm, and then it's an easy trade setup, right? Strategize a stop loss below that level, and then you know, you just have to say, all right, that's it. The trend's beginning to reverse now because we made a higher high than the previous high. Now let's give ourselves data on the other side, a higher low than the previous low. And then we could say consecutive higher highs, higher lows. We're working on a trend reversal on Cardano. We just don't have that evidence quite yet. So that'd be nice, but, and I'm just looking at it because it's a top 10 crypto, isn't it? I mean, right? Let me make sure here. I'm gonna hit the refresh button. Cardano, yeah, top 10. It is number 10. And then we can look at Tron real quick, also a top 10 market cap crypto that is, it's phenomenal. Like there's just, it's the communist Chinese, I think, IMO that are, it is in the communist Chinese best interest to keep this thing propped up. This is one of the best performing cryptos that exists, okay, long term. I mean, since 2023, nothing quite like it. It's amazing. I mean, you had one of your highest daily
Alberto
closes.
Vasquez super chatted $31.98. A Vax, please. Go Knights. Big 12.
Hey, Alberto, thanks so much for the $31.98 super chat. Much love. Yeah, we can look at Avalanche right after this. Why not? So this is a pretty big deal. Tron on the weekly has broken a key level. Let me show you the weekly. It's the candle high close right here. Dude, this is serious. We actually had a confirmed bullish breakout last week. See this high? Right there. You broke out. And you haven't back tested it though. So it would have been nice at the low point to test 31.84 cents. But you're just trading somehow above a major level. And there's nothing here till that wick high. I mean, you could say 886s. There's just phenomenal. What a trend, man. China to me. China. This is the Justin Sun has never stepped out of line with the Communist Chinese Party in his entire effing life, and we have proof of it, and it's this chart. Okay? He's a good commie. Okay. Well, we had U.S. futures on the screen right now. S&P 500, you know, last night, it was bullish pandemonium. We had the EU trade deal over $1 trillion, and we just, the euphoria, they couldn't wait, gapped up all-time highs. But throughout the day, we have officially filled all the gaps on all 4 U.S. futures. And that's it. That's all that's happened. I mean, look at the NASDAQ. What is going on? I mean, it is literally Nvda is the king, man. The big tech, the semiconductors are keeping this thing really strong. We had a channel. I know my work didn't save. Let me try to replot it. It's really pretty. Yeah, look at that. It is. It's beautiful, man. Beautiful channel that they're just respecting, right? Like the S&P, they broke out of it. This channel, the angle of ascent, just started really going. I'll try to show you here. It was like this. Yeah, they broke out of it. So it's very interesting. We have 2 like summertime uptrends, and one just like blew the roof off and doesn't even make sense anymore. And then the NASDAQ futures is just like godlike respect. And there's a lot of downside. If they want to go test the bottom of the uptrend that you've been in since late June, coming down to 23,100 would be all right. One sec. Okay. And Dow Jones, you know, all-time highs yesterday. I pinged everyone when it happened. But yeah, I mean, that is it, dude. That's like, to the extent of the glory was just for a brief few moments, and then right back below it, fill a gap, and you just wonder, okay, I mean, it's like Ethereum, right? Ethereum up against these insane resistances. I mean, you know, you come to this channel for, you know, we'll do market updates, right? Like talking about the event that occurred, but in terms of the swing trader and you want to take fresh longs, I mean, I can't tell you, this is like high risk for anyone wanting to take fresh longs. I mean, it's like, what do you want? You're up against resistance. Of course it could break out, but it's not like there's any way to strategize an entry and a stop loss. Your upside could be zero, nothing, because the run's already happened, you know? That's, look, they back tested the level here. That's kind of, oh, look, there's a support back from history. Look, they spring back test of spring it. All right, these are reasonable longs. Up here, you're like, I don't know if it's going to go in price discovery or not. It's going to require some really freaking solid earnings for some of these 30 stocks on the Dow Jones Industrial Average. All right, small caps, whatever. No all-time highs, not even close. Anyway, so we had one request or something. LMT for coal. Gold, I don't think it's gonna make it, man. Oh wow, LMT, nah, dude, no. The answer would be literally nah. Nah, no type 2. I don't like this at all anymore. This, I didn't even notice. I haven't looked at this since I guess it was earning. Yep, bad earnings. I've got some concerns here, some major concerns. The only reason I kind of liked LMT for a little while and stopped liking it, by the way, the price action was so miserable lately. They were just stalling and, oh, these lower highs here, kind of like Bitcoin, lower highs. But this is on a daily, so this is pretty significant. It's still below the 200 moving average. They just weren't able to do anything. It's like the buyers got the ball, right? Fourth down, they get the punt, and then they can do nothing for so long, and then earnings comes up and you just dump. Type 2 return of an M shape. Dude, I don't like LMT, and I'm not gonna like LMT until we see the buyers recapture 442, and then they hold it. It's sad. It's real bad, man. I don't know. I don't like that. Don't like that. Like, we made an all-time high, we dumped really hard, and then we rallied, and this was it. This is all the buyers could muster and summon. Like bearish back test of the key resistance, and that like once, and then there was such a lack of demand that the second test they couldn't even actually do it, and then the third time the same thing. They just lower highs than this wick, and that wick formally was the back test, the bearish back test. And now you're rolling over again. I don't even know if we're in an uptrend in the. I mean, I don't think we're in an uptrend in the short term, midterm, maybe long term, yeah, but I think there are probably better assets out there. It's like maybe better to just chill out. Look, dude, the trade was Tesla. Just being real with you. Like, everyone wants to get cute, different assets. Tesla survived earnings. A third back test of $300. Positive price action correlation to the 200 and the 50 simple moving average and the 20. That one I think was like the one. And it was like the bottom with the max upside potential. I haven't really been interested in LMT. Just, it's not really doing the stuff. And I'll just show you real quick, man. A Tesla, I mean, only up 3% today, I know, but after that 8% drawdown, if you were watching the stream the day that it happened, we discussed, the sentiment flipped immediately to, it's over for Tesla. We're going to 260 no matter what. You're effed. Forget it. That, and it's like, wait a second. I mean, like, dude, there nothing technically bad happened to Tesla. In fact, it only strengthened the argument, because now you have locally 1, 2, 3 valleys, like the accumulation signature and the really perfect price action correlation to the historical inflection zone from 2023. And right, this is how you know it's such a real level. 2021, that was it, manufactured back then. So anything above 300 is like extremely bullish, and you still have that very bullish wave structure. The 88% retrace on B with a higher low on C and an already established uptrend. That's what makes it so like, what? It's $400+. An 886 is a deep crab, and the 1618 is 425. I mean, that is still an active structure, because it never got, the C point never got invalidated. So you're still staring in the face of potentially on Tesla like 22 to 31% upside. Until, right, this is all about the argument. Not making calls, it's about the argument. My argument completely is invalidated if or when sellers take the price below, let's just say 290. Hey, below that, my argument was stupid. It was a joke. I'm sorry. I suck. Okay? But until then, valid argument. Recapture the 200-day simple moving average today. See how close we are to the 50 as well. I mean, you had a golden cross at the beginning of the month, and they're still trying to keep that going. 20, yeah, very close to all of them. So, and not that big a deal. I just look at these sometimes for reference where we are. So that's it, man. That's Tesla. It's a trade. I posted a trade setup on Friday that is very, very clear. I'm not on stream. I did not do it on stream. If you want that trade setup, it's in the Patreon/Citadel Premium Discord. Remember, I'm 100% crowdsourced community, streamer, content creator, whatever. So I don't monetize on YouTube. How many ads have you watched this stream every time you watch? Oh, wait, I never watch ads. That's so weird. Because that's like by choice. I voluntarily do that every stream. No monetization. So if you want to support someone who's never sold out and never monetized voluntarily, you join the Patreon/Citadel and you get value in that. You get trade setups like Tesla with all the targets, the entry, the stop losses. It's all hand delivered to you, and there's education behind it too. So anyway, I'm in the chat for Tesla. Gotta love it, man. Okay, we'll just knock out the Avalanche because that's we only had 2 requests on the stream, so we'll just knock that out. AVAX. I mean, we're talking about spring back test season, like $20 to $22, you're good. Below that, a little worrisome due to the nature of the price. What happens when they fall below 20? You typically get $10. You lose about half your value below 20, and that's why I wasn't really that interested in it when it completed the M shape, because it's not really completing the pattern anywhere that is that strategic. So yeah, it's not about the structure's development. It is about where the structure develops, where it completes. You know, Avalanche, that's cool and all. I think Avalanche is fine above $20 to $22. That's all I can tell you. But if you're talking about harmonic trading, you want the stars aligning. You want the M shape, same M shape, right? That the other one had, that Avalanche had, but the completion of the same type of M shape, 886 completion zone, happened to be at a pivotal level where historical reversals have occurred many times in the past. So that's good, right? So we might be coming for a type 2 though. Like if, you know, bearish and golden candle grows back below the 200 moving average on IOTA, you know, if things start rolling over, then man, to get something like this would be a dream of all dreams. Then it'd be like 1, 2, third valley at key supports. It'd be the easiest trade setup of our lives. I mean, it would be like, oh yeah, stop loss right here, entry here, and upside is massive. So you would hope you'd be rooting for a pullback on IOTA for that amazing entry and then the rule of 3 to come in. That'd be so cool. But yeah, bearish and golden candle, like many alts today, they got murdered. I mean, you can't even tell. You cannot tell, right? On the candle, it was down over 8% at close. Huh? It is? It's down that much? Okay. Not even a big deal. What's up? I don't know who that is, so. Donnie, I mean, dude, yeah, Tesla is an incredible long. You're not longing a car company anymore. You're longing an AI, robotics, energy company. That's what you're longing on Tesla, not cars. Even though they, you know, what's the number 1 purchased car in the United States? I think it's the Model Y or whatever. Yeah, the best, absolutely best car company in America is Tesla based on numbers, but they're not even, like, that's not even what you're buying. A car company. Yeah, sure. Anyway. Yeah, I think Tesla's market cap will be way higher and given enough time. But I'm thinking like you might be like looking at Tesla. You might be. It's an argument, right? Again, I'm not making calls, but I'm witnessing price action correlation to levels, and it's like you might be at the absolute bottom. We might be in the absolute space-time continuum right now. Or like, dang, dude, I should have bought Tesla at $300, $325, $350, $335. I should have done it, man, because Tesla might retest 500 and beyond in the coming months, years. Like, this could be it. Like, you're uptrending, dude. The trend is reversed way back. Back in 2024, you're only making higher lows now, and that has just continued. So, yeah, it's more like a symmetrical triangle you got going on. To show you, it's like, you know, lower highs, but then you have higher lows, very neutral. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful symmetrical triangle. Let's just be real, very neutral. But it's the context and it's the swing lows at supports. So, I mean, if it's going to resolve, you're targeting for a minimum $400. Okay, the argument is completely invalid below 290. Yeah, you're probably going 260. You might even go lower after that. All right. You might go for a type 2 return of a big M shape here, like way down the low 200s. But hey, that is not even in the cards until 290's breached with like actual follow through and back tests and all that. So anyway. All right. So those are the requests. Let's look at the other Mag 7s. We looked at Nvidia, the Kang already. And then this probably just be short stream. I mean, like whatever. It's Monday. Not much happened outside of Nvidia being godlike. Let's look at Meta, the third best gainer. Not much to really do here. It is earnings on deck. We're talking in 2 days.
Non-monetized bro. It's why you are the best. Thinking of a vacation soon, between Japan, Kajpi, and Thailand, exotic cat. With Thailand I'm entering at what could be a double bottom / bad value. Advice on a 6-month trip.
E-Human, thanks for the Canadian super chat. Yeah, we can look at those. That's interesting. I don't think anyone's ever done that. Hey, I'm about to go on a trip and want to know the, you know, Forex pairing of the local area I'm traveling to. Yeah, we'll look. All right. The Thai baht or the Japanese yen, which will be better? Well, look. Thank you, dude. Yeah, Meta. You're at the casino. The asset is flat. They are awaiting earnings. There's, I mean, I'd imagine a 6% to 8% IV implied volatility, meaning like it will move up or down 6 to 8%, whichever way it breaks. It's, I mean, again, there's nothing to do. You could have the best setup in the entire world, and earnings would still possibly kill your position, and you'd be nuked. And where you should have had a stop loss, it wouldn't matter because you're below the stop loss because it gapped down because of bad earnings. So you just have to be like really.
Hey Mitch, can you take a
Casino.
look at Grow? Thank you.
We'll look at Gur. Thanks so much, Aretha. Yes. Thanks so much. We will look. I'm in the chat. Amazon, highest daily candle close confirmed since February 10th. So just scooting on up. Hit the 88% retrace again. Hit the overhead resistance from December of last year. So this is a level where reactions happen. Okay, it just is 886. My God, the bearish divergence is still there in the MACD, but there's just none on the RSI. It's just so powerful. Like, wow. But yeah, it's like, it's running leading up to earnings, which would be on Thursday for Amazon. Thursday. I would be really kind of weirded out if we keep running for the next couple days leading into earnings. It'd be real hard to hold on to this thing, my God, because it's just, they could nuke this. But it would probably, even if they nuked it, it'd probably put it in a higher low than the previous lows and run again later. So Apple earnings coming up too. They're just waiting for that. I think that's like, it's also on Thursday they're going to report. Remember, this week is the by far the largest volume, most significant week of earnings. Last week was the second. This is the prime time. So up against resistance that is horizontal, not even close to the, I mean, you're kind of close to the supply line, 2025 downtrend, and nothing to do here, man. But like, because right, we've already discussed, we monitor these markets. Like, hey, you want to construct a trading plan in mid-June, stop loss below the 195 level, fine, and let it ride to 216 plus. You did it. That swing trader, position trader, it made sense. What do you do up here? No, nothing. Right? They tested once, they might be testing twice, and now you're going into the casino, the slot machine, where you flip the coin, it pumps to 230 plus. Or, oh no, it's the same as usual. Okay, the trend continues. Oh, we're back to 198 by, after hours. I mean, it's just flip your coins. Microsoft hit all-time highs yesterday, highest daily candle close ever. Not yesterday, sorry, on Friday. Today, amongst your highest levels ever. Just flat though, no big deal. Just taking a breather. No retraces since the breakaway gap. You're praying for something like this on Apple, where it was such a blockbuster, breakout, and then a breakaway gap where it doesn't fill anytime soon, and you're just gone. And then Google. Google's interesting. No value, right? This thing could get nuked. But what makes it interesting is this 191 zone, all right? You go back to 2024, the peak from 1 year ago, okay, topped out there. Something interesting is happening. For 3 days in a row now, what was once a resistance, major resistance, even a resistance up until the point of the 23rd of this month. On earnings, they gapped it up. You gapped and you crapped. The gap and crap. They filled it, tested successfully. Then on Friday, another successful test. And then somehow today, being the worst performing asset of the Mag 7, you got another successful bullish back test of the level that was once resistance. And resistance, reversal, down, so gap down, and then they tested it, and then it collapsed. It's now somehow support. Very interesting. I mean, right? I mean, you're near the top of the channel. So it's like you're overbought. You're more overbought than oversold in an uptrend. But you've just got that going on. And I think that's very interesting. If it's successful, then it's an easy $199 to $200. Like that's the high to low, an 88% retrace, $199.50. You can see some swing highs from December and January over there too. It's like 200 to 201. Yeah, with the 886, that seems, and then it would complete like probably this huge bat, and then you might catch a more significant drawdown or pausing or something. So you got a little more upside before the completion of a mega W shape, and the X marks the spot, $200. Psychological, horizontal, and could very well be upsloping. And Fibonacci, my God, $200. Like, is X marks the spot for sure if this is a real bullish back test. Anyway, all right, there's your Mag 7s. Okay. Let us look at Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. I think my eyes are okay now, dude. These sunglasses, I don't know. I have multiple pairs of these Club Masters, and good God, these are hurting my eyes bad. Okay. Wow, I can see now. Oh, wow. Canadian dollar paired against the Japanese yen. Let's see. An uptrend. Let's go to the weekly. Breakout. Back test a breakout. Let's see. So swing high. Very real level, okay? 105.14 for Mr. A Human. Very real level. In fact, you could be like, it's a zone there. Swing high, swing high. So this 100 to 105 level is being confirmed as support by the looks of it. You see it? It's not my opinion. It's like you're uptrending. Right, you got, it's a big range kinda, and they hit the bottom, so like clearly the value would have been at the bottom of the range, but you have a nice trend, and like they have broken out, and now they've back tested once, and now I can see twice, and this is the weekly, so this is rather significant. The 200-week simple moving average being regarded as support now, defending that. So that means Canadian dollar looks pretty strong and looks like it will continue to be stronger against the Japanese yen. That's what this chart kind of implies. That argument is completely invalid below 100 yen, all right? Invalid argument below this level. You stay above this level given enough time, it would be wise to hold the Canadian dollar. Does that make sense? Okay. And then we can look at Canadian dollar. I imagine it's the same chart. I don't know how the Thai baht is going to be outperforming Canadian dollar. Wow, it is. Dang, dude. Actually, you know what? I know there's an M shape here. We can all see it. I don't think you're deep enough. You might be right at it. It's like a shark or a Gartley. But there's like, where's the history? Is there Canadian dollar, Thai baht? Is there anything else? No, there's like one exchange. Is that what you requested? Canadian, yeah, to Thai baht. Trend sucks, right? Like Canadian dollar paired against the Thai baht, it's not good. It's like only depreciating in value. So like the Thai baht is stronger, way stronger than the Thai baht. If you flipped it, it'd be, this is the Thai baht paired against the Canadian dollar, and it is outperforming like crazy. So I don't know. You might be trying to put in a could be like this shark. 80. That's perfect. It's a literal perfect shark. A 1618 confluent with the 886. That's how you know how good it is. But the issue with it is there's no forms of confirmation. This is the weekly, by the way. This is very significant. This is like where you would think a reaction would occur. So that means like the Canadian dollar could be impending shorter term outperformance to the Thai baht, and it could be reversing its overall trend. But typically you'd get like a type 1 reaction, hit the 200, probably roll over, and we get a second test in 2027, 2028, and then the whole trend would reverse. But that's, so I think you're better off with a Canadian dollar in Japan, and maybe it's kind of neutral here. Maybe Thai baht in Thailand, or Thailand, or whatever TTS said. Okay. Let's look at GER for IRESA. Yeah, we'll look at LAC, dude. LAC, and I know, dude, but it's not over yet. Oof, Gorilla Technology. What the? Harambe, some sort of CEO or something? Gorilla Technology on the weekly. Well, it doesn't look great, right? Looks like if they don't hold 1639, it's over. You're effed. It's a little zone there on the weekly, right? The swing lows from 2023. They're trying to hold it. If it can hold, my God, you're good. But everyone watching the stream is like, dude, is that a tall head and shoulders? It sure looks like it, right? There's probably a demand line. You're right at a demand line. That's kind of like the neckline of the potential head and shoulders. I wouldn't be too concerned until we're falling below like 1639 for real. I've seen after things reverse like this, it looks like it's going to be head and shoulders, and then they hold the level and they pivot and you run higher. So you're at a critical area. So it's all about on GRRR, Gorilla Technology Group. Can buyers defend the 1639, 1727 level this week into the next week? And we start pivoting and rallying off the lows. Because if you can rally off these lows, it might be the lowest risk area ever. If you start seeing like a positive candles, you might be able to set a stop loss just right below 1639 and ride this thing higher. But yeah, this is just the level to watch on Gorilla. We're not making calls. We're just telling you Buyers really need to defend this level, because if they don't, you got a lot of downside potential, like $10, 674. All right. What's up? Thanks again, A Human Man. All right, yeah, lack, dude. Oh my god, dude, it's over for lack. It's over for lack forever. I know, it was bad, dude. It was real bad. Nasty candle. Down 7.2%. It's not over till the fat lady sings. It's not. But 250, 260, you're still okay. Yeah, very disappointing. All we can pray for at this point is to go a little bit lower and maybe get ourselves a third valley. That's about it now. Like Doge, not quite threatening that yet, but you just maybe looking for one more back test, right? That's about all I can say. But yeah, if that doesn't, you got earnings coming up too. Well, you got till mid-August, so that's all we got. Hopefully we get it. Sad, disappointing, very much so. Okay. I've been live hour 15 minutes, and it's pretty, yeah, just one of those days, man. One of those days. Bitcoin's flat at a 1272. Flip your coin if it's gonna extend to, you know, all-time highs sooner, or if it's gonna go to 112 and the 50 simple moving average on the daily. You flip your coins. Less coin flippage on Tesla for long, until we're below $300 or 290. So, yeah, thank y'all for coming out. I gotta take care of stuff in real life now. I've been going all day, so I need to eat some dinner. So thanks for coming out. I'll be back. Until next time, respect the TA. No moaning, please. Thank you.